Hi Simply Vegas agent. This is a brief tutorial on how to complete a consent to act form. Consent to act is imperative to be in place when you represent both the buyer and the seller in the transaction. If you are taking a listing, have this form completed at the time of taking the listing, even though you don't have the buyer in place. If your seller is giving you permission to represent both sides, it's great to take it right at the start, at the beginning of the listing. If you represent a buyer, this is the second form that you need to be handing to them, because you need to clearly disclose and explain that you represent both the buyer and the seller in that transaction. This is informed consent. That's the purpose of it. Again, a very simple form to complete. First, indicate at the top whether you represent the sale, purchase, or lease. The property address typically is auto-filled in by transaction desk. If you've done it as a standalone form, then you need to put the property address in there. Your name goes in the licensee section, followed by your license number and the company name. The company name is Simply Vegas. It's not Simply Vegas Real Estate, it's plainly Simply Vegas. After that, you've got your client's information. You're going to put in, if you're taking this at the listing stage, just your seller's information. If it's in the name of a trust or an LLC, it is important to have the manager of the LLC listed or the trustee of the trust listed in addition to the name of that entity. If you are at the stage where you have both the buyer and the seller, then you're going to put your buyer in the next box. You will already have the seller completed in the box above it. And then the signature portion with timestamp and date below. This document is a little bit different to the others in that it doesn't have a name fill-in section for your seller or your buyer. That's purely a signature. So the name is going to appear at the top of the form. You're putting in the date and the time accordingly. That's it. Very simple form, very important form. Thank you.